Adam Anderson looks to lead Gravedigger to victory and continue on as the series points leader. While Camden Murphy will attempt to shake the rust off and take Bakugan Dragonoid back to the top. But Todd Leduc is on fire as he resumes his quest to the series championship trophy. Will he continue his meteoric rise, or will the wave come crashing down on Megalodon? Find out with Stadium Championship Series Red next on Monster Jam. The historic JMA Wireless Dome, home of the Syracuse Orange, will host round 18 of the 2023 Monster Jam season with Stadium Championship Series Red. Hello everyone, welcome to Monster Jam. I'm Scott Jordan alongside Zombies Barry Masauer. And after a month away from the points series, it resumes tonight in Syracuse. And during the break, there were 8 non-pointed arena events with Adam Anderson winning 3. Camden Murphy, though, Barry, did not compete. So who has the advantage? The on-fire, competitive Adam Anderson or the possibly rusted and rested Camden Murphy?
You got to go with Adam Anderson. I mean, anytime Adam can smell blood of any of his competitors, that fear, he knows he's just going to keep his foot on the gas, and Adam Anderson is going to be on fire, I feel like, for the rest of the season.
Kayla Blood made the most of her time in the arena. She's coming off an event championship in South Haven. Or Kayla's experience in arenas really started to show there during that break. She's continued to evolve. Will this be a launching point for her to continue in the stadiums and make a run?
Anytime you have success, no matter if you're in an arena or in a stadium, you're always going to feel that confidence when you get a win. So, of course, Kayla's just going to keep going. She's a hard competitor, so I'm looking forward to seeing what she's got here tonight.
Well, speaking of competitors, Megalodon's Todd Leduc firing on all cylinders. He's coming off 2 arena event championships over the last month. He had a perfect event in Detroit, and he's climbed all the way from 9th to 5th in the series points. Is Todd peaking at the right time?
He sure is. You know, it's not about how you start, it's always how you finish. And much like Todd's freestyles, he knows that recipe to finish strong. So it is going to be interesting to see what Megalodon can do here tonight.
He's riding a huge wave of momentum as he continues to climb up the leaderboard. And earlier today, we caught up with the 2-time World Finals champion in this UNOH pit report.
Going into Detroit, man, we had a lot of pressure on us to start stepping up to the plate and stuff with Megalodon, and just an unbelievable night, just like one of those magic nights. Like, I wish I was playing the lottery that day. You know, we went out, we won racing, we won skills. Then, in freestyle, just insane. Did a bunch of big jumps, some cool tricks, some backflip. We ended it with another win. So just one of those magic nights where we won racing, skills, and freestyle. It couldn't have been any better. I think it's the second one of my career. If we went from 9th in points all the way up to 5th, and we're just building that momentum, man. When the truck is running, we're fast. And then when we're off, we're way off. So like I said, we're pushing hard. 4th and 3rd are right there, not too far ahead of us. We're going to keep pushing. We're on the right trajectory, which is upward, and we're going to keep that momentum going.
Todd will look to keep that momentum going against 11 other superstars. Barry, who stands the best chance to stop the Megalodon wave?
I really feel like Camden Murphy might have the best shot just because he's still in 2nd place, and Todd really just hasn't had that fire with him all season long. So we'll see what happens.
Take a look at the series points standings. Adam Anderson has a 17-point lead over Camden Murphy. Tom Meents trails the lead by 56. Bryce Kenny in 4th and Todd Leduc in 5th. Tough battle there in the middle. A lot on the line here, and the late season surge could very well move somebody up to the top of that leaderboard. Drivers will compete 3 competitions: racing, the Great Clip Skills Challenge, and freestyle. Points awarded based on finish. The winner gets 12, and the driver with the most points at the end of the event is crowned the overall event champion. It's time now for Track Talk. Barry, you have a racing win here, a freestyle win here, so you're used to navigating this dirt, but it's a historic dome stadium. What elements make this track so special, and how can drivers navigate it?
It's a special place because the dirt here is notoriously pretty tacky, so you have to be really ready to tackle the track at any given moment. You never know what the truck might respond to, especially with this unique track, with the inner bowl having to go around it twice.
And we've seen a lot of massive carnage in Syracuse history, so possibly looking forward to that here tonight through 3 competitions. Well, the first competition of the night will be racing, and in round one it'll be El Toro Loco against the Black Pearl, Gravedigger, Soldier Fortune, Max D versus Jester, and Vendetta versus Kraken. The first round buys go to Bakugan, Dragonoid, Great Clips, Mohawk Warrior, Megalodon, and Velociraptor. Barry, what do you like in round one?
I really got my eye on that Vendetta versus Kraken matchup. You know, they're two independent teams in Monster Jam. Love to see them do well, but even if whoever makes it past into round number two, they've got a date with Velociraptor, also another independent team, so that's gonna be fun to watch.
Let's head to the track for the first race of the night. It's going to be Jamie Gardner and El Toro Loco up against his overboard teammate Cole Bernard in the Black Pearl. Cole 16-15 with 2 wins. Jamie 12-15 on the year. And here we go in Syracuse. They got to go the inside part of that bowl, a full lap around, and Cole Bernard clips the pod.
Wow, both of these guys are up on the bicycle inside that bowl. Like I said earlier, Scott, it's very tacky here in Syracuse. Cole Bernard looks like he's got a little ground to make up.
Jamie Gardner with a big lead now into that final turn. He can almost smooth sail it, but Cole Bernard catching up, and he clips the pod again. And Jamie Gardner across the finish line. El Toro Loco takes the win. Take a look at the original super glue glued to the action replay.
Early on, it looks like if you cannot make a mistake on this track, you might be in good shape. They both made mistakes here. As you can see, Black Pearl up on the bicycle. That's pretty far. And to bring that back down, great driving job by Cole Bernard.
It's rare to see Cole Bernard clip the pod like that this early in the bracket. And here we go now, second matchup. The series points leader Adam Anderson and Gravedigger going head-to-head with military veteran Caleb Blood and Soldier of Fortune. Adam 23-10 on the year with 3 wins. We'll see if they fare better than the Black Pearl. Great corner there for Adam Anderson. Goes high on the berm, straightens the truck out, and he is out first.
Wow, Adam Anderson was on the ragged edge leaving that inner bowl. Let's see if he can hold it together and finish out this last turn strong.
Kayla has caught some ground. Into that corner we go. Adam, nice trip, takes it tight, has to hit the brakes. But a great win there, accelerates across the finish line. Gravedigger moving on with a 23.459 time. Take a look at the original super glue glued to the action replay.
Kayla was really wide going around that last turn, and that cost her a lot of time on the track. It's like you're extending your race. Really tight here for Adam around that last turn. Hands the win to Gravedigger easily.
Adam checked up on that final quarter. Kayla gave him a little bit of room, but never enough here in Monster Jam when they're going up against Gravedigger. Next up, out of Osteen, Florida, Matt Pagliarulo and Jester. And celebrating 20 years of Max D, it's Tom Mentz in Max D, our third race of the night in Syracuse. And it is Jester putting the pressure on, but he goes too tight, and he is up on the pod. This ain't an arena show, Matt.
Oh, man, I think he might have saw that he was ahead, and he got a little excited. Now he's really wide around his first turn on the outside of the track. Tom Mentz has a commanding lead.
Absolute cruise control here from Max D. Final corner across the race ramp and across the finish line. Tom Mentz moving on in the racing bracket, 25.348. Take a look at the replay.
Man, I was really pulling for Matt here, but around this second corner on the inside bowl, he just went a little too tight, got crossed up, handed Tom Mentz and Max D an easy win. Man, I was really hoping for Jester to make that close.
Final round one matchup is Team Throttle Monsters' Mike Christensen in Vendetta, racing Team Tom Fullery's Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. They have both struggled in racing. Mike going to try to get it going here against a tough competitor in Nick. Inner bowl we go, halfway around. And right now they are dead even. Out of the berm we go, and it is Kraken with a slight advantage into that first deep corner.
It's got to be a boost of confidence whenever you can see if you're ahead coming out of that inner bowl. That way you really have to pour on the momentum to really finish out the race strong, and that's what both of these guys are doing. Look at this.
Final push, look at that. Kraken, I think, just by a little bit of edge.
Man, what a great race. I'd like to see the finish line angle because I feel like Vendetta might have had the edge here. Oh, just barely got across the finish line first.
My vantage point looked like Kraken, but obviously the eye in the sky is different. Vendetta advancing. Take a look at our round two bracket. It's going to be Bakugan, Dragonoid, El Toro Loco, Great Clips, Mohawk Warrior, Gravedigger, Megalodon, Max D, and Velociraptor versus Vendetta. It was Adam Anderson with the fastest time in round one. Coming up, 4 more trucks enter the bracket. Can Camden Murphy get back some crucial points? Bakugan Dragonoid is next on Monster Jam. We are back in Syracuse for round 18. We've reached the second round of the racing competition. And our first matchup out of Itasca, Illinois, Camden Murphy in Bakugan Dragonoid against Fortville, Indiana's Jamie Gardner in El Toro Loco. Camden leads the series with 4 racing competition wins. We'll see if he can get number 5. And it is Bakugan Dragonoid looking to get out of the inner berm, but he clips the pod up on a bicycle, and it is Jamie Gardner with the lead.
He's still on the bicycle, man. Camden Murphy is riding the lightning out here. I was a little concerned because it's so tacky here with Camden usually leading with the rear steer, and it bit him right there in the inner bowl.
It must be something Jamie Gardner's doing on the other side of the track, because Colvinard did the same thing, and El Toro Loco advances 23.905. Take a look at the replay.
Man, Camden right here, he's leading hard with the rear steer, and that gets that truck up on the bicycle again, and he carries it around the entire track, Scott. That was pretty impressive.
Next up in round 2, Gears versus Nachos. Great Clips Mohawk Warriors Bryce Kenny taking out Gravediggers Adam Anderson. And Adam's 3-way racing wins on this track, most all time in Monster Jam.
Ooh, great turn by Bryce, but he went a little too tight. It handed the momentum and the lead over to Adam Anderson and Gravedigger.
We've now seen 3 trucks come out of that corner and clip that inside part of the pod. And Adam Anderson now on a bicycle as well. He's got to straighten it up. He clips a pod.
Oh, this is going to shape up to be a photo finish. Wow, I can't call it.
We're going to take a look at the replay. I thought great clip, so here we go, Barty.
All right, let's see. Inside, I felt like Bryce Kenny had an early lead, but he bobbled right here and it handed the momentum and the lead to Gravedigger. But then, as we cross the finish line, ooh, that's close. That might be the closest all night.
Next up in round 2, it's 2-time World Finals champion Todd Leduc and Megalodon up against 14-time world champion Tom Mintz and Max D. Todd has 2 wins on the year. Tom with 1, and here we go up over the berm in that first half, the inside berm track. And right there, the clip in that back wheel on the jammer, and that gives Megalodon the advantage.
Todd's got a lot of momentum going into this first turn on the outside. Let's see if he can continue it all the way around. Tom is making up ground, though.
Yeah, Todd has accelerated on that far side. Tom did the same thing on the near side. It's going to be close to the finish, and it's going to be Todd Leduc getting low center of gravity across the ramp. Take a look at the replay.
Wow, Tom Mintz overcame adversity right here, clipping the inner bowl, but it didn't seem to slow him down too much. Just enough to give Megalodon that edge across the finish line.
We talked about this track being tacky in Syracuse and all the carnage. It has lived up to its legacy as 24.582 gets Todd Leduc into the semifinals. Final race in round 2 is all-team throttle Monster Vendetta's Mike Christensen, Velociraptor's Travis Mowry. Final berth in the semis up for grabs. Here we go. Across the chalk line, it is Vendetta first. Velociraptor having some issues on the far side in the inner bowl. That's tough to say, but Travis Mowry's struggling right now.
Yeah, that's uncharacteristic for Travis. Usually he's really fast in racing, but he's made up some ground. This is going to be a battle to the end. This final turn is going to tell the tale. Let's see what we got.
Got a nice drift there for Velociraptor. Close again. This track unbelievably fast. Take a look at the replay.
Travis got a little crossed up here, which is uncharacteristic of him, as I said before. Usually he's super smooth around that inner bowl, but he gave a little bit of daylight to his teammate in Vendetta. And look at that, Michael Christian across the finish line for the win.
24.747 gets it done. Let's take a look at the semifinal bracket. El Toro Loco had the fastest time in the round, but it came as a cost transmission issues, taking him out of the competition, getting worked on right now in the pits. That means Bakugan Dragonoid will re-enter the bracket. So Camden Murphy gets an opportunity against Adam Anderson. It'll be Todd Leduc against Mike Christensen in the other matchup. Coming up, the battle for the series points lead rages on. It's Camden Murphy versus Adam Anderson, and it's next on Monster Jam. We are back at the JMA Wireless Dome, where we've reached the semifinal round of the racing competition. And up first, it's going to be Camden Murphy and Bakugan Dragonoid getting another shot against the series points leader Adam Anderson and Gravedigger. The points lead right now, Barry, is 17. This race is huge for both drivers.
It definitely is. This is something where Camden Murphy is going to have to keep his cool because he knows Adam Anderson is not going to give him an inch.
You don't get a lot of points gifted to you in Monster Jam. Camden Murphy has that opportunity right now. We'll see if he can make Adam Anderson pay for the slow start. And it is Camden Murphy in the lead around the corner, but Adam Anderson closing in fast.
Adam Anderson's keeping up a great pace around this racetrack. A lot of momentum through the turns, and it pays off across the finish line.
Adam Anderson looked like he was done off the start, but 23.512 keeps getting faster as we take a look at the replay.
I think Camden Murphy, when he leads with the rear steer so much, it causes that truck to be right on the edge of being upset, whereas Gravedigger's got a wide stance and he's just flat tracking all the way across to the win.
Adam Anderson getting it done. He will advance to the final round. And our final matchup in this round is Todd Leduc and Megalodon with lane choice going up against Mike Christensen in Vendetta. This is their third meeting of the season. They have split the races. And here we go. Winner moves on to meet Adam Anderson in the racing final. And Vendetta giving Megalodon every little bit of competition here, but it is Megalodon out first.
Megalodon had a huge charge out of the inner bowl. As you can see, had too much momentum, and he's up on the bicycle, hands a huge lead to Vendetta.
Far side of the track causing all kinds of problems so far. Vendetta just needs to cross the finish line. And Mike Christensen going to get an upset win over Todd Leduc, 24.736. Take a look at the original super glue, glued to the action replay.
This is one of those scenarios where slow is fast. Todd Leduc had way too much momentum entering that turn, caused the truck to go up on the bicycle, and it handed a huge lead over to Michael Christensen.
We're down to the final two trucks in the bracket. Gravedigger going up against Vendetta. Adam Anderson getting lane choice over Mike Christensen. This should be a good matchup. Mike has looked very good so far throughout the bracket. But Mike trying to pull off the upset here. It's the only competition he hasn't won this season. Gravedigger versus Vendetta in the racing final. Adam getting lane choice, little deep stage action as now we see Vendetta pulling to the line. You never want to see Gravedigger across from you doing some deep stage action there.
No, especially when those red headlights are glaring at you. That just lets you know Gravedigger's 100%. So let's run this race. Let's see who we got.
Mike's first appearance in the final round, Adam Anderson 7th, and he looks great. Almost looked like he was going to lap Vendetta out of the berm. Into the first deep corner we go. Adam, nice drift out, takes it tight across the race ramp.
Man, Adam Anderson is on rails right now. The confidence is riding high. You can tell in his right foot. I mean, he is pedal to the metal across the finish line for that win.
Absolute perfect race pass there. Adam Anderson taking the win, and he's also going to get the fastest time of the night once again. Take a look at the replay.
Vendetta did not have a great race, but he didn't make any mistakes. Adam Anderson was just that much faster. It's pretty impressive.
For Adam, this is his 4th racing win of the year, also his 4th all-time in Syracuse, and he is down on the track with KCG.
Adam, congratulations, taking home your 4th racing victory of the 2023 season. After coming off of arenas for the last couple weekends, back in the stadium setting, you looked right at home on this racetrack.
You know, it felt great to be back here in Syracuse, man, and back in the stadium setting. We're chasing those points. Even though we're out in front, we win all we can get, baby. We're out here lighting it up. It doesn't matter where we're at in the nation. It's Digger country, and we're in the middle of it right here.
Yeah, Digger country represented well in Syracuse as Adam gets 12 points for the win. And we take a look at the first BKT overall point standings of the night. Mike Christensen 1 point off in 2nd, Camden Murphy in 3rd, Todd Leduc in 4th, and Jamie Garner rounds out the top 5, 4 points off the lead. Next up in Syracuse was the Great Clip Skills Challenge. In this competition, drivers could attempt 2 technical maneuvers on 2 wheels, or they could choose to do a donut. They were judged by fans on creativity, skill, and execution. And with 12 points on the line, let's take a look back at our top 5 drivers. Coming in 5th, Megalodon's Todd Leduc with the trademark bicycle.
Todd Leduc has definitely mastered the bicycle. He got a little too far over trying to get into a moonwalk. Cost him a rollover there.
Caleb Blood, big-time popper into a nose wheelie.
I love to see Kayla pull off this move. She has mastered it. It's taken her a while to do it, but she is no looking back from here on out.
And the Professor Tom Mentz coming in 3rd, hitting the maximum moonwalk.
How much confidence does it take to put your arm out of a 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck as you're doing a nose wheelie?
Adam Anderson in 2nd, little leisurely bike ride around the JMA Wireless Dome.
Man, that was a fast bicycle. I love that.
And check out the winning run here from Bryce Kenny. Great Clips Mohawk Warrior gets the moonwalk across the pod.
Way to go, Bryce. Nice combination move for the win. I'm so happy for him. He loves to win. Super competitive guy.
Let's go down to the track with Bryce Kenny and KCG.
Bryce, a huge congratulations. Your 2nd skills competition win on the season. You've got to be on cloud 9 right now.
It always feels good to come out there and get a win in our Great Clips competition, right? And I could tell these fans were ready for some excitement. And, man, that whole time, it was exciting. I know that we got to all kind of watch a little bit of carnage from a couple trucks. But, man, our Mohawk Warrior team, we've had the last probably 3 weeks off, I guess. So I was coming out, I was a little bit worried I was going to be rusty. So it just felt really good to take home that win.
No visible rust in that competition as Bryce adds 12 points with the win. And we can check out the 2nd BKT overall point standings. Adam Anderson leading Bryce by 4. Todd Leduc and Mike Christensen trailing by 6. And Tom Mentz rounding out the top 5, 7 points behind Gravedigger. We're halfway through in Syracuse. Coming off, we kick off the final competition of the night. Freestyle is next on Monster Jam. You're watching round 18 of the 2023 Monster Jam season from Syracuse. It's been an action-packed thrill ride so far in Syracuse, living up to the hype, living up to the name. And earlier tonight, Adam Anderson took the racing win and currently leads the event. Already in his 18th year, Adam showing absolutely no signs of slowing down. But what does he need to do to bring home the win tonight?
You just really got to stay consistent, and I'm looking for one of those vintage Gravedigger freestyles, you know, reminiscent of his dad, Dennis. I think Adam's got that in him tonight.
Camden Murphy's been battling some truck gremlins during skills. Bakugan Dragonoid was shut off. Batteries for the EFI system have been replaced, but he did lose some valuable series points. Or can Camden's confidence recover for freestyle?
It sure can. He's really going to have to stay out of his own head, like I've always said all season long. He's not going to be able to really finish strong in the overall points tonight because that really hurt him in the skills competition.
These two have been going at it all season long, so Adam now seemingly starting to pull away a little bit with Camden, and that could hurt in the long run, especially when it comes to the confidence of the Bakugan Dragonoid driver. Right now, let's catch up on the current overall event leaderboard. In round 18, Adam Anderson with 23 points, Bryce Kenny 4 points behind, Todd, Leduc, Mike Christensen tied 6 points off the lead, and Tom Mentz rounds out the top 5, 7 points off. So really, 5 players in this game in freestyle could take home the event championship. Now, as we take a look at the freestyle order board, we talked earlier about the transmission swap being done on El Toro Loco. Jamie Gardner set to go out 11th. Is there enough time for that to be completed and get El Toro Loco back on the track?
Oh, yeah, it's plenty of time. Some of the best technicians in the world are right here with Monster Jam. There's no doubt El Toro Loco will be rocking here tonight.
And we've seen some miracles back there in the pit area with these UNOH technicians. There's a great shot right now of El Toro Loco being worked on, getting that transmission put back in the truck. Let's talk about the battle for 5th place in the series points. The 7 points separated Todd, Leduc, Colvinard, and Caleb Blood entering round 18. And based on the freestyle running order board, which one of those drivers really stands the best chance to come out of here in that 5th spot?
I feel like Todd Leduc might have a good night. He didn't have a bad night in racing. He got a little wild in this great clip skills competition. So I'm looking for Todd to really shine here in freestyle.
And he's been on a roll, a lot of momentum coming out that perfect event in Detroit that we talked about at the top of the show, the arena event. So we'll see if Todd Leduc can continue his rise back to the top of the series points. Well, let's kick freestyle off. It is our final competition of the night, and no better way to do it than with the young rookie of the year out of Osteen, Florida, Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken.
I just love Nick. When he announces his presence on the track and leading out freestyle, it just sets the tone for freestyle to be that much more crazy throughout the night because he forces his competitors to step their game up.
There are 2 drivers in Monster Jam Bory that I feel really embody the go big or go home, and that's Cynthia Gauthier and Nick Pagliarulo. And I say that with Nick because he has a spectacular freestyle win in Tampa, and he's done some amazing runs, but he's also missed 4 competitions because of that, and that's not something you want to do. But when he is on fire, man, I don't know that there's a young superstar better in freestyle than Nick Pagliarulo.
You're onto something with that. You have to stay consistent, though, so I'm sure he'll learn that over time. But meanwhile, he's got Kraken loose on the track here tonight, and he is not holding back. So far, so good.
Nick Pagliarulo, perfect opportunity to give these fans everything they want in a freestyle run, really set the pace. Some nice air brake check, and look at that finesse wheelie. That is a finagle finesse move. Let's name it right now.
That was a beautiful downside into a combination move here with the nose wheelie. Oh man, this is great positioning here by Kraken. I love this.
Right into a stoppie on a dime. You love seeing that in freestyle. That's an element that Nick has really brought into his runs, besides those big air wow moments. And now he's heading the backflip ramp, first one of the night, and Kraken goes flying, and Kraken goes landing right into a moonwalk. What a run for Nick Pagliarulo.
Wow, what a way to open up freestyle. I'm sure all the other competitors are sitting back going, oh my gosh, we got to top this. Nick, keep going, buddy. You're doing it.
Little time left on the clock. He goes all the way across the track after the moonwalk from the berm to the pod of the berm. Now on the race ramp, more brake checks. See that smoke coming up.
Yeah.
He's comboing again. He's got the rear steer hit to crab walk this thing into the wheelie, and he's going to try to save it. Just ran out of magic juice there for Kraken, but what a way to kick off the competition. Here's the replay.
Talking about magic juice, I guess that's part of the recipe for a great freestyle to lead off this competition. I mean, he's got every move you can think of in one run. What a great opening run by Nick Pagliarulo. Man, I'm proud of him.
And take a look at the score, 9.140. Heck of a score to start it off. So Nick Pagliarulo throwing down a great run to get us going, but can he hang on to win it? More freestyle is next on Monster Jam. Welcome back to round 18 in Syracuse. Earlier today, our great fans took over the JMA Wireless Dome for the pit party, where they met the stars of Stadium Championship Series Red and got to see the trucks up close and personal. If you want that same opportunity, make sure you visit the pit party at your next Monster Jam event. While we were away, Todd Leduc attempted a backflip, but breakage would cut his run short. He would finish with a 7.091. Matt Pagliarulo would also attempt a backflip. Rear steer damage ended his run early as well, and he would earn a score of 7.095. And now business about to pick up out of Curtisville, North Carolina. It's Bryce Kenny, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior.
Bryce has got to be riding high with confidence after coming off that Great Clips Skills Challenge win. I mean, anytime you can come away with a victory, it just boosts your confidence to go out there and just have a lot of fun and freestyle. And he's off to a great start.
And Bart, Bryce has had 2 previous appearances in Syracuse. He has won freestyle both times he's been on this track.
Wow, that's no easy feat to do a three-peat on, but he's in the game tonight. I hope that he can maintain his composure and really put together an awesome run. These ramps out here are shooting these trucks really high, and his truck looks like it's landing great.
He's very much in the game, trailing Adam Anderson by only 4 points for the overall event lead. Trying to get his first event championship of the season. The driver out of Curtisville, North Carolina, now hits a transfer onto the pod, back across the berm, and then threads the needle, gives himself enough room. I love that. And that I think that move goes unnoticed. When you thread the needle on that side of the track, you're not just trying to go over nothing. You're literally giving yourself an opportunity to turn the truck around at an angle and hit a move like this on the center pod.
Wow, beautiful presentation here. I know the folks at Great Clips are happy to read the hood of that truck. That was excellent positioning by Bryce Kenny to be able to slow your momentum down and have the presence of mind to hit the brake. Not too much, not too little, but just right.
Scored a beat. Nick Pagliarulo and Kraken throwing one down with a 9.140 to kick off the competition. That is a hefty score for the first run of the night. And Bryce Kenny now on the deep side of the track, lining up for the backflip ramp. Here goes Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Gets it low, lot of smoke, pogo bounce, and he gets it back on all 4 BKT tires.
Now it's time to turn it up, man. Throw caution to the wind. Big air, that's great. Love to see it. He's got about 30 seconds left. Let's see if Bryce can finish this out strong.
Biggest air of the night, makes a hard left turn to go off the pod across the berm, and then a donut to put an exclamation point on the run. And he's going round and round and round. Shades of Barry Lusauer on the track there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't come for my Guinness Book of World Record there, Bryce.
He's got one of his own, man. I think he's all right.
All right.
The fans going nuts in Syracuse for Bryce Kenny. Take a look at the original Super Glue. Glue to the action replay.
These backflip ramps have got a long approach to them, so it tends to shoot the trucks into a really fast rotation. Bryce handled it beautifully, though.
8.865, and Bryce Kenny is wondering, what else do you want to see from me? So no 3 straight freestyle wins for Bryce in Syracuse. And here comes Travis Mowry in Velociraptor out of Newport News, Virginia, out with a vengeance, right out of the stall, across over the cars and on the deep side of this incredibly large Syracuse track.
Scott, what would you do if you saw a blue dinosaur with green teeth coming your way called Velociraptor?
I'd probably run, man. I don't think I could run fast enough.
I get asked that a lot. People come in the autograph line at the pit party and they tell me they love zombies. I said, what would you do? Maybe you would do a moonwalk if you saw a real-life zombie coming your way.
I don't know. I could outrun the zombie. I don't think I could outrun the Velociraptor. Nobody's outrunning Travis Mowry right now as he's trying to beat that 9.140 of Kraken. Makes a nice turn. It's got some momentum up, transferring onto the pod. Still has that momentum. And again, now he's going to make a hard left turn to try to line something up here in Velociraptor.
Travis Mowry keeping up a lot of momentum here in freestyle, which is one of the things you have to do to earn the fans' respect. You got to have the fans kind of in the palm of your hand, almost have them on the edge of their seat. He's doing a great job. We need a wow factor, though, to overtake Kraken. I think it's going to take a huge wow factor.
Right up on the rear side of that ramp now. Got a lot of space in front of him. Travis has been a great racer throughout the season, one of the best in the sport. At freestyle, he's been right in the middle of the pack. I think he needs to elevate his game a little bit, and he could be among the premier stars of this sport.
I agree. He came up just a little bit short on that transfer. The truck seems like it's holding together great, though. So he's keeping on rolling. Let's see if he can do this combination. Oh, so close.
Went for the stop. He could not get the back two wheels up at the right angle, so lost it a little bit. Still a phenomenal run so far. Solid. He's hit everything in front of him. A lot of time left. And now Travis Mowry making a beeline. Getting that throttle rhythm, pounding over to the backflip ramp. Here comes Velociraptor. It's a nice push. He's got it a little bit wobbly on the landing, but he's still got enough juice in the tank. And here comes Velociraptor.
That was great. Presence of mind. Look out. Oh, no. Just as I talk about presence of mind, to hit reverse on that backflip, he's a little crooked on that launch, and it cost him, man.
Right into the whip. We go right into the super glue. Glue to the action replay.
See right here, the truck's twisting, and it reared back up on the front tires, but he was able to hit reverse, but he's just not lined up good enough for this ramp, and it caused the truck to fly super crooked. Oh, he took out a 4-link bar there, man. That's disastrous.
Nick Pagliarulo has the lead. Can Kraken hang on to win? We'll find out when freestyle continues next. Welcome back to Stadium Championship Series Red. World Finals 22 takes place on July 1st in Nashville, and one of these superstars will earn an automatic bid to compete for up to 4 world championships. The series winner will go, and we would love to see you there to join us at the biggest event of the year. Get your tickets now for World Finals at monsterjam.com. During the break, Kayla Blood got her turn, but Soldier Fortune locked up a wheel. She'd only manage a 7.692. Colvin Arb would hit the backflip in the Black Pearl, but fans here in Syracuse were somehow not impressed Bari and gave him a 7.872.
Wow, that's uncharacteristic. Usually you get at least an 8-point-something if you hit a backflip in freestyle.
Finally, Mike Christensen would also get a backflip in, but again, the fans a low score of 7.308. Now we continue on the freestyle action out of Paxton, Illinois. 14-time World Finals champion Tom Meents in Max D.
I think I know what it is. Tonight we've seen a lot of great freestyle action, and Nick Pagliarulo came out firing on all 8 cylinders. I mean, he had wow factors. He had the huge backflip, the combination moves. So to see a bunch of backflips now, it's kind of normal. So you're gonna have to pull out all the stops. You're gonna have that tremendous wow factor to even top what Nick Pagliarulo did in Kraken, to even come close to his score.
Tom is making his 6th appearance here in Syracuse. He did win freestyle back in 2014. He only has 2 freestyle wins, Barry. The last came in St. Louis, but the thing with Tom is his freestyle average of 8.650 is second on the series. That's hard when you have the second highest average and only 2 wins.
Yes, that just shows he's very consistent. There's nothing wrong with consistency. That'll land you in good finishing order more times than not. So Tom Meents is really gonna have to ride that ragged edge in the final moments of his freestyle if he wants to really compete here tonight.
Starting to build some momentum, get some big air onto the transfer all the way across the track over the berm.
Whoa!
It's a little wobbly to the left, is able to clock it back center. And now flying through the track here, threatening to go again over the near side berm onto the far side of the track, right by the backflip ramp. Unfortunately, not enough room to make the turn and get a backflip, but he is backing up. So here we go. Tom Meents with a maximum backflip. He's got the truck up in the air. Nice air. Beautiful landing, and he scores the backflip.
Sometimes a beautiful landing on a backflip is something that the fans don't want to see. They like to see a little carnage and out of control to be able to have that save. Oh, he's gonna have to save this one.
Carnage, Barry, right on the front left wheel. I thought he was gonna pogo bounce it back on all 4, and he's got a chance, but they shut him off.
So close.
I thought he could have landed that save. Take a look at the original super glue. Glue to the action replay.
Picture perfect backflip here from Tom Meents, the professor. I mean, I couldn't have done a better one myself, but here, we've seen a tale of these ramps getting hit crooked tonight here, Scott. First it was Velociraptor, and now Max D. Wow.
Great run for Tom Meents. There's your carnage, and there's the score, 8.667 for Max D. Here comes Camden Murphy and Bakugan Dragonoid with a newly charged EFI system.
You want to close out the event on a high note. You never want to leave knowing, oh man, I didn't do too good in one of the competitions. Let's see if I can regain my composure, regain some confidence leading into not only closing this one out, but the next round as well.
This has been the one competition that Camden has not been able to really put together, consistent event after consistent event. He's got 4 racing wins, he's got 4 skills wins, and then 2 freestyle wins. And I know 2 wins is 2 wins, and a lot of drivers don't have 1, but to be able to compete with the likes of Adam Anderson and Tom Meents and Todd Leduc in freestyle, you need to rack up a little more.
Absolutely, and it's easier said than done because you have to drive these trucks on the ragged edge if you're going to compete for a championship. And Camden Murphy, he's got the talent, he's got the equipment, he just has to really put it all together with huge jumps like that. Wow, that was a big air.
Almost cleared the entire pod, just grazed the back end with that right rear wheel. And now building all kinds of momentum, has to brake check, little floater action across the berm. Here's that combo jump, the whoop section in Monster Jam all the way across the track.
Wow, he landed on the 8-pack backflip. I don't know how that landing must have felt, but doesn't seem like it affected the truck too much. And Camden is really charging hard in his freestyle. He's on this one. Oh, he's lining up for the backflip ramp here. Let's see what he's got.
Coming in a little slow. He's gonna push the throttle now, get some nice elevation here on the backflip ramp. And right hard on the back wheels, he turns it into a stoppie, nearly a moonwalk. So great catch for Camden Murphy.
Oh man, he's on the gas hard. Wow, that's huge air. I love it. Whoa, watch out.
Off the pod again, and he clips it. This time he almost went into a front flip all the way over. Take a look at the replay.
I think Camden's driving a little angry. He might have a little chip on his shoulder. He's already got the truck in reverse, ready for the moonwalk, backflip to moonwalk combination, one of the hardest ones you can do all season long.
9.117 for Camden Murphy, not quite enough to take the lead. As we check out our current freestyle leaderboard, it will move him into second. Kraken still has the lead with 2 trucks left. Jamie Gardner, Adam Anderson still to come. Of course, the transmission an issue for El Toro Loco. We will see what happens there. We're down to the final 2 in freestyle. Will Adam Anderson win another event championship? You'll find out next when freestyle concludes on Monster Jam. Welcome back to Stadium Championship Series Red. Let's catch you up on the BKT overall point standings entering freestyle. Adam Anderson does have the lead. He sits on top of 23 points. Bryce Kenny 4 behind. Todd Leduc and Mike Christensen 6 behind. And Tom Meents currently sitting in 5th, 7 points off the lead. Caleb Blood and Camden Murphy 10 points in 6th and 7th. Next up out of Fortville, Indiana is Jamie Gardner and El Toro Loco. So the transmission swap was successful. Maury, how much more power does a new transmission give to a Monster Jam truck?
It's really about the same power. You really just don't even notice until the transmission actually is completely gone that you're losing power. Sometimes they go away gradually, but usually it's just you have power one moment and the next you don't. But clearly Jamie Gardner's got some horsepower. That was huge air.
First appearance for Jamie Gardner in Syracuse. Freestyle again for him has been the one competition has really eluded him thus far. His average of 7.286, 11th out of 12 competitors. And Jamie's usually that one shot out of the stall guy where he backs it up, goes big. We haven't seen a lot of that this year from him so far.
Yeah, it just looks like he's trying to feel the track out. The only disadvantage he has right now is he was back in the pit area, so he wasn't able to see the competitors go that went before him. So he's really just kind of out there shooting at the hip, and hopefully something wild happens for him because he's the only second to last truck in this freestyle competition. Look out.
Well, you've driven El Toro Loco. How much has the vision impacted his ability to perform in freestyle?
It does impact you a little bit. It's not terrible. I drove Spider-Man earlier in my career, and that one was really hard to see out of. So I've won Rookie of the Year in El Toro Loco, so I love driving that.
Thanks for the reminder. Cheap plug there. Rookie of the Year. Mario Masaris, Jamie Gardner goes for the backflip, and he comes down a little too much, over-rotates, lands on the back wheel, and that'll do it. That's not a bad score, though, 8.400. Take a look at the replay.
Fans rewarded him for a little bit of carnage on that backflip. It looks like when he landed, it probably broke a 4-link Heim joint or something because the back tire shifted over, but they'll have that fixed back to the next show.
Our final competitor, Gravedigger's Adam Anderson. He needs to finish 6th or better here to win the event championship. Otherwise, it would go to Bryce Kenny. For just joining us, you've missed Bari plugging his Rookie of the Year and his Guinness World Record. So I'm a peon here in the broadcast booth, but Adam Anderson not a peon on the track as he's now trying to get a stoppie up on that center pod all the way across the far side berm.
He had a lot of momentum trying to get that combination move happening, and you just have to be ginger with the throttle. Very easy to say, hard to do. Man, he's rocking the house though already with huge air, great throttle momentum. I want to see that vintage Gravedigger freestyle tonight.
Score to beat 9.140 from Kraken. Adam does lead the series with 7 freestyle wins. He has never won in Syracuse, even though he does have an event championship here back in 2019. Seconds ticking away here. Adam trying to make a run at the event championship. Starting to slow down a little bit, Bari, though, up on top of the pod.
I've seen him go for that combination move twice already, so I don't know, maybe the next time he finds himself lined up for that ramp, he might just go for it just like that ramp there.
Big jump there, hits the transfer, comes off on a bicycle, now on the backside berm, over the ramp, and right by the backflip ramp, stopping again. So maybe Gremlin's plaguing Gravedigger here as he ran hard in that first part of the run. 7.952 is the score.
Wow. I don't know what happened there, but Adam was on rails until that happened. Who knows? Maybe it's an electrical issue. Maybe the tech officials saw something they didn't like. Tough break for Adam Anderson.
Let's take a look at our final freestyle top 5. Kraken gets the win with a 9.140. Bakugan Dragonoid in second. Great Clips Mohawk Warrior will finish in third. Max D in fourth. And Jamie Gardner in El Toro Loco takes the new transmission to a 5th place finish. So Nick Pagliarulo wins his 2nd freestyle of the season, his 3rd of his career, and he's on the track with KCG.
Nick, congratulations, an emotional victory here. You're the first driver in the 2023 season to come out here first for freestyle and clench the victory. You have got to be so proud right now.
I am. You know, I've been saying all night long, we've been battling my truck and my dad's truck for 5 weeks straight, no matter what we can do. And it's just, you know, at the end, it's fighting us every week and coming out here. And, you know, it's already hard enough with the Toro that we got to win. And right here, me and my team showed what's up by coming out first and beating 11 other trucks that went behind me. I can't thank them enough. My family, my crew chief, my mom, my girlfriend back at home, early Monster Jam fans, thank you guys so much. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be standing here today.
Very emotional. Nick Pagliarulo adds 12 points to his total as we look at the final BKT overall event leaderboard. Bryce Kenny and Adam Anderson tie at the top. Freestyle breaks the tie, so Bryce Kenny gets the win. Tom Meents finishes 3rd, Camden Murphy in 4th, and Nick Pagliarulo in 5th. Right now, let's hear from the overall event champion, Bryce Kenny.
We didn't really get the points we needed in the racing competition, so we knew coming out for the Great Clip Skills Challenge, we had to throw everything we had at it, and thankfully, we took on the W. And so for freestyle, we were 2nd truck out. We just had to lay it all out on the line, and we finished 3rd place, so we got the necessary points. We are so excited about this win because it's been a long time coming. I don't know how many 2nd place finishes I've had in overall competitions, and I knew if we didn't somehow pull up one of these trophies, Matt was just gonna find another driver to go partner with or something. I wanted to win as badly for this guy as for myself, and that's what makes a good team. We're committed, we're loving it. It's the time of our lives out here. It's been far too long since we've been able to hoist this trophy for a stadium overall championship, and so we knew, hey, if we just stayed patient, stayed the course, we would finally take home that #1 spot, and here we are, baby. Woohoo!
For Bari Musauer, I'm Scott Jordan. We'll see you right here next time on Monster Jam.